Alright, back for more. This time, it's Batman games. Yeah, there's obviously been some crappy ones too, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Unlike Superman, when it comes to video games, anybody can agree, The Dark Knight gets better treatment. And we can definitely agree on that. Even to today, from back all the way from the NES days, there's been plenty of great Batman games out there. So, without further ado, let's show it some justice and give it the top 5. Here we go. Number 5, Lego Batman. Depending on which console you're playing it on. Obviously, I go with the console versions, not the handheld editions. And yes, I know there's not one, not two, but 3 of them. Obviously, the second one is a crossover with other DC comic heroes and so forth, and I believe the third one does, or I don't know. I haven't really played most of the sequels, but I played the first one. Just check out my review for it. I don't have to say much, but to keep it short, sweet, and to the point, yeah, it does not only great justice for the, and a bit of cartoonish, justice. The comic books, yeah, and of course it's because it's Lego, characters, everything's Lego, but come on, you can get over that. It has the same dark style that you Batman fans would enjoy. Sure, it's obviously not actual spoken dialogue, being that it's, obviously years before Marvel Lego superheroes came around. But yeah, it does great justice to the comic books, as well as the movies, too, yeah. So if you love the Tim Burton movies, as well as the comics and so forth, you'll definitely get your kicks out of this one. It's got great sense of humor, as well as great dark style. And it's Lego Batman, baby. Yeah. Number 4, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Which one? Obviously, there's 2 versions, both on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, but I'm going to have to favor the Sega Genesis version. Not that the Super Nintendo version's bad or anything, though both versions are challenging, but the Sega Genesis version has way better 3D graphics, and it just looks more amazing than the Super Nintendo version. Not that I'm trying to put that one down or anything, but damn, they just nuked it on this one. Pretty much. They brought the justice in on that one. So, yeah, it's a hard game, and it does require, like the Super Nintendo version, it does require a lot of problem solving here and there. It does have some annoying parts, and it can be frustrating, but hey, if you're a Batman fan, you just want to keep at it. You just want to keep going until you brought the city of Gotham to justice. Number 3, Batman on NES. Based off the 1989 Tim Burton hit movie. What more do I have to say? Obviously, just check out the A.V. Jan's review. He keeps it short, sweet, to the point, and he does a Let's Play video with Mike, but trust me, it's a lot of fun. And it's made by Sunsoft, and they did great with a lot of movie-based games like this one, of course, and Gremlins 2 and so forth. So, yeah, with Ninja Gaiden-style wall jumping, great dark graphics like the movie, and cutscenes, and awesome music. And yes, the gameplay can get ridiculously tough, but trust me, if you're up for the challenge, you just want to go all the way to the end and show the Joker just who's boss. And if you can manage to beat him, trust me, you are the man. The Batman. Number 2, Batman Returns. Which version? Obviously the Super Nintendo version. I'm going to go with this one. There's many other versions of this based off the second Tim Burton movie, so it's pretty obvious they wanted to cash in on the whole franchise. Of course, they did one in between both these 2 movies, but let's not get carried away. This one's a lot simpler than the first game, though it can get tough with the boss fights and so forth, like against Catwoman and Penguin, and obviously, again, I reviewed this one and I talked all about it. Christ, it even has a driving stage, which, well, sort of reminds you of the Sega CD version, but don't even bother with that one. It just goes on and on. That's just one stage on this version, but trust me, this one is a blast, where you're beating the shit out of other enemies and so forth, and the boss fights, oh, it just feels so satisfying, and it reminds me of Turtles in Time, and yeah, speaking of Turtles in Time, it's made by the same company, Konami, so yeah, I don't have to say much more there. Of course, it's even got the same pause menu sound effect. That's Konami's trademark right there. A lot of fun, and yep, I just enjoy this one a lot more. Say all you want, people. I know some people enjoy the NES Batman game based off the first movie than this one. If you enjoy this one better, I respect that, but this is just my opinion, people. Don't go apeshit if you don't agree, but I just enjoy the hell out of this one. The sound effects and soundtrack is great, just like the movie. And I know, the movie may not be as good as the first one, but hey, we're not talking about the movie, we're talking about the games, and there's been plenty of games that are better than the movie that they're based off of. And the #1 best Batman game of all time, my opinion, the Batman Arkham series. Fuck them in the whole series, you know. Batman Arkham Asylum laid the ground very good with incredible graphics and made you really feel like Batman, not to insult the other games, but damn, I mean, it just looks incredible. I mean, when I played this, I'd say even if you're not a fan of Batman, you don't have to be in order to enjoy this. It's just incredible. Beating the shit out of the enemies and thugs and boss fights, it's just so much fun. Cutscenes are awesome. The music's great. It just, honest to God, the voice acting by Kevin Conroy. Christ, I was even lucky enough to actually meet the voice actor at Comic-Con last year. It was just incredible. And yeah, this game did great. And then the sequel, which is my choice on this #1 spot. Yeah, Arkham City built on it way better. The map was huge. I knew it was going to be great. Christ, I did a review on this and all the games in this series. Which, Arkham Origins, you can argue, even though it's going backwards chronologically, and it was obviously the first not to be made by Rocksteady. Yeah, it was not as good. The storyline was a little bland, and it was a little watered down, but I guess that shows you that Rocksteady did not have any involvement in this one. But luckily, Arkham Knight, which was the sequel to Arkham City, and of course the last one to this series, summed it up pretty good. Brought the Batmobile in as a playable vehicle. Yeah, it did overstay its welcome a little bit, but it's still great, and the map was huge. Not that the map in Arkham Origins wasn't big, but this one improved on it a lot better. But Arkham City still stands out as the best one. I mean, you got so many enemies in this game, you got so many boss fights, which, yeah, you can argue are easy, but trust me, for Batman fans, it will have you drooling at the mouth for this one. I mean, it does more than enough justice for any Batman fan, or even any non-fan of Batman, to enjoy the hell out of this series. I mean, so many side missions, Riddler trophies, it'll keep you coming back for more and more as you go along. It's just incredible. It's a great game, and it's Batman. So, till next time, happy gaming.